at all. Like, I was so off-put. I couldn't even stand watching. I never even watched that race back. I never even watched the highlights.
Me, I was in mourning.
You're in mourning?
I couldn't. People were trying to discuss with me, oh, how was it? How does it feel? What do you think about it? I'm just like, no thanks.
Because that was robbery. That was robbery, but anyway.
On that note, welcome to the new Formula One season. What a season it's been.
What
so
a
far.
season already. I can't believe it.
If this is like a hint about what's coming, I'm ready for it.
We have a good one.
We have a good one.
So who should we start with? Ferrari.
Hey, who saw that coming?
Who saw it coming? They've been so bad for the past 2 seasons. I feel like they just had enough. They'd had time. Like, if they had a bad car, to be like, what were you doing? You had 2 years to make a car.
They were just chilling in the midfield. It's like, you should be building your car instead of fighting races. Like, there's one thing you should do, but up to them.
Props to them. Yeah, that's what they've done.
Big up to them.
Yeah, so Ferrari 1 and 2.
Did you see it coming, though?
I didn't see it coming.
No, me, I did. Let me tell you.
I didn't see it coming.
Tell me why. So, let me tell you. First of all, all the people coming at me for piracy, don't do that. Don't just leave it out. I was just trying to get my hit for Formula One during testing. Remember how they were not showing testing for the first time?
Yeah.
In forever, they're not showing testing.
The first week.
So this is the website I have. It's called that part, please. Don't text me if you want to know the website. Otherwise, don't come looking for me. Okay. Anyway, so I watched the whole testing. I watched testing in Spain and I watched testing in Bahrain, and Ferrari was looking good. Like, everybody was just talking about Ferrari, and like, big up to them because they actually came through with the goods,
I think Ferrari were the only car that didn't change from the first test to the second test because they were that good. They had nothing to change.
That's actually true.
Yeah.
That's actually true.
Yeah, that's mad.
But that's confidence.
But Ferrari being back is good for F1 and good for everyone.
I was actually happy to see those guys having a 1-2.
I know. And it's been forever since like 20.
Racing.
Yeah.
Proper racing.
Yeah.
Not cheating. Proper racing. Like that was actually some really good racing.
That was a really good race.
On that segue.
Max
versus
Leclerc. Oh my God.
What a battle.
I was mind blown.
Hey man. The racecraft, okay, the clean racing. For once, there was clean racing. Maybe it's because our Josiana.
Yeah. Yeah, Max kept it clean.
He tried. I feel it was more Leclerc staying away from him than it was Max keeping it clean.
Yeah.
But you know what I should do?
What?
This Max bias, I should keep it away.
Keep it away.
Jerusha, what do you think? Max bias, we keep it away, right?
I feel like we need a Max fan here to counter with, For real.
I'm not inviting a Max fan.
No, we need to invite a Max fan. Because we are too one-sided.
No, but we have to be neutral, by the way. Have you seen even how pundits, football pundits, are usually very neutral in what they do?
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna do.
The fight.
That was a big fight.
That was a crazy fight.
And I liked how clean the racing was.
Yeah. And I liked how close the racing was, which was the point of the new cars and the new regulations.
But do you think it was close across the whole field, or was it just those two?
I think they could follow closer in general. But I think that I expected closer racing. I expected more fights, more battles. Because in some point in the race, there was nothing going on.
There were actually some good battles. Because there was a point the Alpines were fighting each other.
Oh yeah, Ocon is quick. Quicker than Alonso. Yeah, that's crazy.
Put that on your CV, Ocon.
Hey, big up. Ocon is my boy. I feel like nobody really believed in him. But Ocon, I believe in you.
Okay, at least there's a fan of one here.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah, but that was actually really cool. And for the first time in a long time, before it was, we always used to guys praising Verstappen for his racing and his brutish racing. But for the first time, Leclerc beat him on racecraft.
Exactly.
Some racecraft.
Yeah.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, let me explain it to you. So, if you notice, every time there was the little battle, I think it was around lap 14 or something like that. When 3 laps in a row they kept battling. So at the end of the straight, Verstappen would dive in, overtake him, and then he get past on the on the next straight. That was racecraft on Leclerc's part because he would give him a little bit of space, let him get through. pass the detection zone, and then on the next straight get the DRS.
Yeah, it's race intelligence. Like he knew where he could get the DRS so that he could overtake him.
And Verstappen kept falling for it.
You know what I like about Leclerc is he's as aggressive as Max. And like most people, like they see Max and they're like, oh, let's let Max by. I don't want an accident. But Leclerc is like, hell no, it's like, mine. Nah, yeah, exactly. Nah. And I feel like it's a characteristic of the younger drivers in general.
Yeah.
The other ones are so afraid of tangling with Max. Leclerc is like,
it's because they're not used to racing with drivers like that. These guys grew up in an era where like racing was fair. Like you're not trying to push someone off. It was, space. It was pace that was getting you past someone else.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see that maybe there's a new style of racing and it can be fair.
Yeah,
so
I
that
like
was
it.
really exciting.
Elbows out.
Elbows out. For sure. Man,
what other
from
fights?
That race, Mercedes. What happened?
Everybody thought during testing that they were sandbagging because it's what they do.
I was on that train.
You were on that train? I wasn't on that train. I feel like I can see it in Lewis's face.
Until practice 3, I was just thinking, these guys are going to pull out. They're going to add another engine and it's going to be them 1-2.
Everyone who talked to me about that, I was like, I promise this year, they're not sandbagging. They had no pace. Like, I could see, like, even Russell is always so excited. Like, even when he got the Mercedes drive last year, he couldn't hide it. Even in interviews, he's asked and he just, like, sheepishly smiled. But he wasn't doing that about the car. Yeah. So I feel like I knew they were fucked.
Russell is my boy, though.
Russell is your boy.
Russell, me, I'm a Russell fan.
Me as long as Hamilton is there. No
Hamilton and Mercedes, Hamilton and Russell in the same team. Take all my Mercedes, take all my money, take all my money.
I expected.
In fact, stay tuned. Mercedes match coming up next. Next episode, I'm gonna have it.
I expected Russell to give Hamilton more competition.
I think he was a very good supporting driver because, like, that was a tough car to drive.
Yeah.
Like, they were all struggling to drive the car. And the fact that he was able to, he made some overtakes. At some point, even after they were taking the pit and they were going back, he was still able to overtake. Consider he started in 9th.
Yeah, he started in 9th. And he ended just behind Hamilton.
Just think about Bottas.
Bottas would not have done that. But anyway, Mercedes are struggling big time. And they got lucky.
It's not gonna stay like that though. I know my boys in what's the engineering?
Brixton and Brackley.
Yo, you know that? It's so cool. Yo. Brixton and Brackley. Mercedes HPP, aerodynamics, we believe in you, man. We believe in you.
Yeah, if there's a team that can do a comeback, they can.
Yeah. I'm not worried. I'm worried a bit, but I'm not worried.
I'm a little worried. Anyway, let's talk about why they were lucky.
Yo, Red Bull. Talk about imploding.
Yeah.
Literally.
And so close to the end. I feel like I'd rather implode on the first lap than this close. This close to a podium.
It's like you can see it, you can just touch it.
Yeah, but you can't have it.
It's just snatched away.
It's like that meme.
I'm telling you, I was screaming. I was watching with some friends. I was watching somewhere with some friends, and like we were talking and everything, and I couldn't even have a conversation because it was the last few laps, and then after the safety car, and they were all close and everything, and I'm just thinking, oh no, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you hear Verstappen. So ironic. Verstappen complaining on the radio, crying on the radio after last season, saying, "Oh no."
How Hamilton is always bitching on the radio.
Bitching on the radio. Yeah. And then all of a sudden he's one on the other end. And what is he doing?
Bitching.
Cursing at his engineers.
Exactly.
That was poetic.
They all do it. It's poetic justice. Actually, after on Twitter, all that was trending was like karma, Karen Horner, this, that. Like people were like, you deserve this shit.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But that was actually really sad. But the thing is that something that's gonna keep happening throughout the season?
Yeah, they said it was a fuel pump issue, but is it like a one-time fix issue, or is it something that like is fundamental that they'd have to change?
Something interesting I actually found out the other day when I was looking into what happened with the Red Bull. The FIA has with these new regulations, they have standard parts for all the teams.
Yeah.
So like whether even if you can make it better, they tell you no, here you can use it. Okay, here you can use. This is what to use rather. And the fuel pump is one of those parts that's used across the whole field.
Yeah, I think they call them like listed parts or listed, yeah.
Yeah, the listed parts. So like the fuel pump is one of the listed parts that's being used by the whole field. So does that mean that there's gonna be many teams that are having those failures in future races?
But why the Red Bull and why so close to each other? Like why so close to the end of the race?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. You know, of course, here we're just speculating, but all these Formula One teams have different fuels. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Red Bull and Honda. Actually, now they're called Red Bull powertrains.
Red Bull powertrain, yeah.
Red Bull powertrain. So Red Bull powertrains, the engines they use the Exxon fuel. Mercedes uses Petronas. Ferrari uses Shell. Ferrari uses Shell. So maybe it's something with the new fuels. They're using the new E10 fuels.
Yeah.
So that
they're using a new fuel that has 10% sustainability or something.
10% ethanol.
Yeah.
And these guys it's been something that they've been really trying to grapple with through testing. And apparently Red Bull never did any long runs, so they never knew what happens with the fuel.
If you don't do any long runs, you'll never know.
You'll never know this problem. So it was like a testing. It was a testing. So like, let's wait and see whether it's gonna affect other teams. But for now, happy camper, you know, Mercedes podium, Lewis Hamilton back.
I know, and you know what that means? That Haas is now third in the championship.
Who would have
thought? Last year, I don't even think they scored one single point.
Big up Magnussen.
Hey Magnussen, what a comeback!
Mans was fighting Hamilton. He was fighting Perez throughout the race.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
Qualified P7. Finished P5, hasn't raced F1 in a whole year. He was literally on the beach somewhere and received a phone call like, yo,
are you available on Sunday?
Come now. And he's like, bet.
And then he comes through and delivers such a performance. What a guy.
I know.
P5.
It's so weird to see Gunther Steiner happy because he's always cussing at everything and everyone. So seeing him smile is like,
oh my God,
crazy.
Even Magnussen must have been like, okay, I never knew this man can crack a smile.
That must have been the wildest 2 weeks of his life.
Let me tell you, Magnussen is the only winner out of this whole
I think he's the oh my God,
too soon.
It's ongoing.
He's the only winner. He's the only winner. Let me tell you, Haas pulled a master stroke. Have Russians supply for 1 year, build the best car,
exactly,
throw the homie out, put in a good
they
driver
needed
that can
the money.
win a race. You know, that's basically okay. That's me just saying that, but like the facts are pointing towards them.
But you can tell.
Yeah,
they were funded by a Russian company. Yeah,
Uralkali.
Is that a Russian driver?
Yeah, Mazepin's dad is the owner of Uralkali, so he was a sponsor. So as part of him sponsoring. Yeah, he was sanctioned. He was actually sanctioned. And all Russian athletes in international sports couldn't participate anymore.
Oh, well, they could participate, just not under the Russian flag. And actually, I think that was completely different to what happened with Haas. I think they just didn't want the association because Mazepin's dad, Dmitry Mazepin, he's one of those oligarchs in Putin's
in his inner
squad, you know, in his inner circle.
He's one of those oligarchs that benefited from Putin being in power and everything.
Exactly. And F1 doesn't want to be associated with that. Haas didn't want to be associated with that. So, gotta go.
Big up Magnussen.
Big up Magnussen. You did your thing.
That was actually proper. That was proper. So that was him in P5.
Yeah.
Bottas in P6.
Like, Bottas can't get P6 in a Mercedes. How is he getting it in a freaking Alfa Romeo? It's mad. That's all you needed. A worse car to do better. It doesn't make any sense to me.
But the thing is, he's still up to his Bottas behaviors, man. He dropped from P6 to P14.
Oh, yeah, at the start.
In 2 corners. How are you dropping 8 positions in 2 corners? Are you standing still on the grid? You know, that's something that he really needs to work on because his starts have never been his stronghold.
Yeah.
Even when he was against Hamilton in the Mercedes, he was always, you know, he starts, he gets pole, he puts out a crazy lap for qualifying.
Yeah. And then just bottles it.
Bottle Bottas. You know. But anyway, happy for the guy. At least he's getting a good car that can fight for points. Always be in the top 10.
Yeah.
If he keeps it up, it's a win-win for everyone. We get Russell. I mean, Mercedes. Well, not we. Mercedes gets Russell. Bottas still gets a good drive. That's gonna be really cool.
Yeah.
That's gonna be really.
I'm
cool.
happy he's still on the grid, and he seems happy.
He seems happy. Yeah. And there's no love lost between him and Hamilton.
Yeah. Not at all. Yeah.
You know, this was such a lovely start to this.
I feel like it was a great start to the season. It's reinvigorated my F1 fandom, like, you know.
After your haters.
After my haters, I needed a break. I was like Hamilton. I was like, please, I need a break.
Yeah, that was actually really cool. And I like there's a lot of optimism around the whole Formula One paddock. You know, everybody's looking happy. Everybody's
Except Christian
excited.
Horner.
He's been happy the whole of last season.
Exactly.
He can't have everything, you know.
Yeah.
He can't have everything. But these guys are gonna fight back. Of course, they're not gonna take it lying down. I don't think it's gonna
Never.
happen again. You know.
Yeah, no.
And you know, now after Bahrain, where do we go next?
The craziest thing, we have a race.
We have a race this
In a few
weekend.
days.
It's race week.
We are blessed.
It's still race
It's
week.
still
This
race
is
week.
what we missed
It was
last
race
season.
week and it's still race week.
Jeremy, didn't you miss it being race week every week?
We have our studio audience.
Sorry, we have studio audience here. So like, if you hear me referencing someone else, just I'm not talking to myself, please. Like, yeah. But like next week we go to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, Saudi
Like
Arabia.
Jeddah, you know,
Jeddah.
big straights. Let's
Fastest
see
street circuit.
Yo, what team do you think is gonna come out on top there?
Ferrari.
Bro, Ferrari. By the way, I don't know what drugs they put in
I
that
know.
car, but that
If
car is
anyone
flying.
who's not Hamilton can win for me, I'd want it to be Ferrari.
That's true. Like I never had animosity. Like I never felt bad that Leclerc won. You know,
Never.
it was really nice.
I was so excited for him.
Especially such a legend of this in Ferrari. Not Leclerc is young, but like such a legendary team in the sport coming back to win. You know, it brings back, injects the excitement back into the sport.
Yeah.
It's all positivity.
It's all positivity. I feel like it's an effect of all these young drivers. They have they're so. I don't know what the word is, but they have I don't know, they're crazy.
They have like some energy.
Yeah, they have an energy. They brought a new energy to F1.
Yeah, and you see Toto also congratulated Leclerc and Ferrari.
Yeah. Toto has no beef.
Catch him dead doing that.
I know to Christian. Toto has only beef with Christian. What I was going to say was actually on the same day, Leclerc's brother in F2
He won
had
his
a
race in
crazy
F2
race. I
as
think he was
well.
P2, but he came from so far.
Yo,
So
that's
that was a
amazing.
good day to be a Leclerc.
Hey, those are good genes.
Those are good dreams.
Looking forward to Jeddah.
I'm looking forward to
Really
Jeddah
looking forward
too.
to it. Hoping that teams can figure out their problems. You know, Red Bull, Mercedes, all these teams. Let's have some exciting racing.
Yeah.
You know, and we can tune in next week
Yeah.
for another review about the race. Make sure you watch it. We're gonna be having if you're looking for somewhere to watch, we're gonna be hosting a party for all the F1 watchers at insert venue here. Okay, so make sure you come through. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have tags.
Yeah. For your team, who you
It's
support.
gonna be like a big sports day for Kenyan F1 watchers.
Yeah.
You know? So don't miss out on it.
And every race.
Every single race. So stay tuned for all the information. See you next week.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.